Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'd like to show you how I made this card. It's really quite simple stamping, but it's using quite a couple stamp sets. So let's get started. The consumables, I have a piece of Whisper White, 4 by 5 1/4, a piece of soft suede, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then my card base is I just blanked. Pineapple Punch, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored and folded at 4 1/4. Okay, let's leave this piece here. First, inks. I'm going to be using soft suede, Pretty Peacock, Crushed Curry, and Balmy Blue. The ink pad or the stamps, I'm using So Sentimental. I'm using this one from Beautiful Bouquet. I'm using this one from Swirly Frames, and then these two from Healing Hugs. Okay, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is bring in the frame. And a soft suede. I'm going to ink this frame up and move this over so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to bring in my inky rag, figure out which is the bottom corner, and I'm going to erase or wipe off a good majority of the ink on that bottom corner from like about halfway on this side to about halfway on this side. And it's okay if it shows on there a little bit, but I really would rather it didn't at all. And then I'm going to stamp this right in the center of this card, maybe a little bit to the higher side on the top. Okay, awesome. Okay, now we're going to come in with let's close that some. The Crushed Curry ink. You could use the Pineapple Punch if you want, but I wanted a little bit, not quite as bold of a yellow. Okay, ink that up well. And I'm going to stamp this rose right in this corner. Perfect. Okay, done with that color. Now we're going to come in with Pretty Peacock and the leaves for that rose. I'm going to ink those up. I'm going to bring in a Post-it note. Put the Post-it note down, and I'm going to stamp it once here. Okay, and I'm going to stamp it once up here. And decide if I want to add another one there. Maybe I'll stamp it off first. And add another one right here. Like that. Okay. Then I'm going to come in, we're done with the peacock then, with the Balmy Blue. And this rose or this little flourish of flowers. You'll notice at one end there's a little tiny flower. That's one we're going to have go towards the outside of the stamping. And we're going to nestle it in this little crevice here, and we're going to stamp. And then we're going to just move it a little bit and stamp again a couple times there. Okay, then we're going to go up here to this corner, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do some right here. Okay, now we're just going to ink up, I don't know if you can see, these two little flowers there. So I'm going to wipe it off real fast. I'm just going to ink up those two little flowers. And I'm going to stamp that like right in here. And like right in down here a few times. Like that. Got a little bit of blue on that rose, but that's alright. Okay. Now we're going to come back in with our soft suede. You can maybe use black for this if you'd rather. And the sentiment, wishing you much happiness today and always. I just wanted a big, bold sentiment to go in there. Make sure it's good and inked up. Stamp that right in this frame up in this corner. Okay, now you could be done with this. I'm going to pause you for a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my husband came home. My dog went nuts. Now, on the card, on this card, I used crushed curry and did inside these little flowers. Might as well just do it the same. And I just took this little end here and just did a little seed stroke thing in most of these little flowers so that it has a little bit of a center to them. Just a few more here. Okay. Then if you want to do the shadow like I did on this one, I used my blends for that. I started using purple because this is like a yellowy orange and the opposite of that is purple. But we don't have a really light gray purple, so I did, this is a light purple posy. It's a little bit too pinky, but I did it, and so I finished it with it. And I just went around the bottom edge of it. And I just did the bottom edge where the shadow would be. Okay, and then down in here. Okay, then I went, that's too purple, so I went in with the light crumb cake. And I went over that. And that's a little too dark. I'm just showing you what I did, so you don't have to do this part at all if you don't want, because it looked really nice without it as well. Okay, and then that was a little bit bold, so then I came in with my color lifter. I just did that little circly scribble here at the end of it. Just soften it out just a little bit so it's not quite so in your face. Okay, and this is alcohol, so it's not going to interfere with anything we've already stamped. And now we can put the card together. I'll use my snail since it's right here. There's just going to be a tiniest little border of this soft suede. I kind of wanted it to mimic these lines here. So I got it a little crooked. See if I can straighten it. Come on. Okay, get the 3 sides lined up. And lay it down. Just doing it right. There we go. Okay. There's going to be a little bit more of a border here on the yellow. There we go. There's the card we just made together. You could add some bling on there if you wanted, but I just made it very simple. And here's the one I did previously. Well, thank you for joining me at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.